Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. Today we're diving into Northpointe Bankshares, and it looks like they're bringing some new faces to the party, which could shake things up. Let's see what's really going on. Before we dive in, if you like getting these straightforward breakdowns of complex corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. And hey, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord where we discuss these filings further. The link is in the description below. Alright, so what we have here is what's called a Form 8K. Think of it as a current report, meaning something important and immediate happened that the company needs to tell its investors about, and quick. In this case, the date of the report is August 11, 2025, and it tells us about events happening right around then. The company we're looking at is Northpointe Bankshares Inc., and this report specifically talks about changes in their leadership structure. Northpointe Bankshares has its common stock traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol NPB. This means they are a publicly traded company, and their actions, like the ones we're about to discuss, are important for anyone invested or thinking about investing in them. The main event here is under item 5002, which covers changes in directors and officers. Specifically, it covers the appointment of new directors. So, as of August 12, 2025, Northpointe Bankshares and its main subsidiary, Northpointe Bank, decided to grow their boards of directors. They bumped the number of board members from 7 to 10, adding 3 new people. This kind of expansion often signals a company is looking to bring in fresh map views, looking to bring in fresh perspectives or specific expertise. Let's look at the new talent. Raj Chowdhury is coming aboard. He's not just a director, he's also going to be on the company's compensation committee, which decides how top executives are paid, the corporate governance and nominating committee, which is all about how the company is run and who gets to be a director, and importantly, he's joining the bank's audit committee. Raj Chowdhury sounds like a serious expert in risk and security. He's got over 34 years of experience, especially in areas like digital risk, cybersecurity, and how companies manage risks overall. He used to be a big deal at Crowe LL, a major accounting and consulting firm where he led their digital risk and cybersecurity solutions. This kind of background is super valuable, especially in today's world where cyber threats are everywhere. Next up is David Lawrence. He's also a seasoned pro with almost 40 years in the financial world. He was an audit partner at Crowe L2, and he was in charge of their financial services audit practice in Michigan. His expertise is in finance, accounting, auditing, and making sure companies follow the rules. When you have someone with that much experience auditing banks, it's a good sign for bringing solid financial oversight. And then there's John Tuttle. He's known for his leadership roles and has built strong connections with investors and leaders across different industries. He's currently the president of Accession, which is described as a global fintech leader that operates in a lot of countries. He's also got a background that includes being the vice chairman of the New York Stock Exchange and stints at the US Department of State. That's a pretty diverse and high-level background that suggests he understands big picture strategy and capital markets. Now, a bit of the usual stuff you see in these filings. Northpointe wants to assure investors that these new directors weren't appointed as part of some backroom deal or because they're related to existing management. They explicitly state there are no special arrangements and no family ties between the new directors and the current leadership. This is all about transparency and making sure investors know these appointments are based on merit and the company's needs. They also confirmed that all 3 new directors are considered independent. This is important because independent directors are crucial for good corporate governance. They're supposed to be objective and look out for all shareholders, not just the management or major shareholders. Regarding their pay, these new directors will be compensated based on the company's standard policy for directors who aren't full-time employees. The details of that compensation were laid out in a previous filing from April 11, 2025. We don't have those specifics here, but it's good to know they are getting paid for their service. And finally, the filing wraps up with item 9.01, which is about financial statements and exhibits. Here they mention that a press release about these appointments dated August 11, 2025 is attached as Exhibit 99.1. This is often where you find a more publicly friendly announcement of these kinds of events. The report is signed off by Brad T. Howes, who is clearly identified as the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. This shows that the financial leadership is aware of and signing off on these board changes, which is standard practice. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, Northpointe Bankshares is making a strategic move by expanding its board with individuals who bring significant expertise in risk management, auditing, and broad industry connections. Bringing in Raj Chaudhary with his strong cybersecurity and risk background makes a lot of sense in today's environment where financial institutions are prime targets. David Lawrence's audit and financial services experience adds a layer of trusted financial oversight, and John Tuttle's background from the NWAS and his current role at Accession suggests a focus on growth, market strategy and invest background makes a lot of sense in today's environment, where financial institutions are prime targets. David Lawrence's audit and financial services experience adds a layer of trusted financial oversight, and John Tuttle's background from the NWAS and his current role at Accession suggests a focus on growth, market strategy and investor relations. The decision to increase the board size from 7 to 10 directors and to appoint these 3 specific individuals signals a proactive approach. They aren't just filling vacancies, they're adding specialized skills to guide the company. Especially considering they're all deemed independent, this strengthens the board's oversight function. While this filing doesn't contain detailed financial tables like a quarterly earnings report, the strategic decision to bring in these directors is very telling about the company's future focus. It suggests they are prioritizing robust governance, strong risk management, and potentially looking to expand their market presence or navigate complex financial landscapes with experienced guidance. The fact that they're appointing them to key committees like audit and compensation also shows they intend to leverage their expertise immediately. In my opinion, Northpointe Bandshares appears to be strengthening its foundation by bringing in experienced independent voices. The key risks Northpointe might be trying to mitigate with these hires are likely related to evolving regulatory environments, cybersecurity threats, and the need for strategic financial planning in a competitive market. The opportunities lie in leveraging the new directors' networks and expertise to drive growth and enhance shareholder value. It's a positive step indicating a commitment to good governance and strategic growth. Alright, that's our breakdown of Northpointe Bandshares' latest filing. What's your take on these leadership changes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Also, check out our Discord community linked in the description to continue the conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.